The great house of Collinwood has a new guest, Elizabeth Collin Stoddard's former husband, Paul. He has come believing that at last he has an ally in fighting the mysterious forces of evil which threaten him. But what he does not know is that Elizabeth is one of them, and that it is her duty to bring someone to the house who will discredit him forever.
He is here now.
Yes, he is here.
You are sure?
I am sure. What will you do first?
There is no need for your questions.
I'm sorry. You're right, of course. I apologize for asking. Oh, Paul, there you are. Come and meet Alexander. He's come to spend the day with David.
Mr. Stoddard and I know each other, don't we?
Yes.
He used to come to the shop. He's very interested in antiques. Where's David?
He's in his room. I'll show you the way.
Oh, I'll find him, Mrs. Stoddard. Thank you. See you later, Mr. Stoddard.
Get that child out of this house.
Paul.
I mean it, for all our sakes.
I'm not even going to ask you what you mean.
You know what I mean.
I know that he is here to spend the day with David. David spends entirely too much time with grown-ups. It's very refreshing the way David looks after Alex.
But he's one of them.
Oh, Paul, be rash.
I am. That child up there is
staying with very respectable people.
Respectable?
Paul, if you keep going on like this, you'll wind up in an institution. You don't know what's real and what's not. Now, I don't want to discuss it.
I'm very pleased to meet you, Alexander. I see that you and David are going to play with the racing cars.
Well, I don't use them anymore. I'm just setting them up for Alexander. He likes them.
Well, where are the cars, David?
Here they are. Look, just put it on like that.
Well, you two look like you're going to be all right, so I'll see you about lunch. Is a hamburger all right with you, Alexander?
Yes, thank you.
What are you going to do?
Carolyn grew up in this house, didn't she?
Yes, she did. Why?
But her father wasn't here, was he?
No. What does Carolyn have to do with this? Come on, Alexander, tell me. Can't you answer a simple question?
You shouldn't ask questions.
I know, I'm sorry. Can't I do anything to help?
Go find an album with pictures of Carolyn when she was growing up. Bring it to me.
Is there anything else you need?
That's all I need.
I'll be right back.
Is David treating you well? I see he got out his old toys.
Yes, I like cars.
Most boys do. He suspects you.
Don't worry, Mrs. Stoddard.
I do worry.
I'll be all right.
Oh, Maggie.
Oh, Mr. Stoddard. I haven't had a chance to welcome you to Collinwood yet.
Well, I owe it all to you. No, if you hadn't arranged for Carolyn and me to meet, well... Maggie, would you mind coming in here for just a moment, please?
Of course.
I don't want anyone to hear this.
What's wrong, Mr. Stoddard?
But you've just been upstairs with that child.
Alexander, yes.
Well, what do you make of him?
Well, he seems like a very nice child.
Yes, well, he's not, and you will have to be very careful what you do with him.
Careful.
Yes. What was he doing upstairs?
Well, playing, that's all.
He shouldn't even be in this house. I tried to tell her that.
Mr. Stoddard, what are you talking about?
Maggie, you helped me once before.
I really didn't do anything.
Oh, yes, you did. You believed me. And that's what I need right now. Someone, anyone to believe me. Now, you've got to help me again, Maggie. You've just got to. Please, now. Will you help me? You think I'm mad, don't you? I mean, no one acts this way unless he is. Well, you can think that way if you want. You'll only be joining an ever increasing mob.
Mr. Stoddard, what is wrong?
Maggie, are you're willing to listen?
Yes.
I've got to make it make sense this time. I've simply got to. You see, there's a plot against all of us, against everyone in this house. And that child upstairs. No, listen. Those two people in the antique shop.
Yes.
It's what they know. They're part of it. And Barnabas Collins.
Barnabas?
Yes. He's a leader. At least I think he is. He's come out in the open with me. I've definite proof that he's involved.
Involved in what?
Now, you can get more out of them than I can. They suspect me. They know that I'm onto them, but you can get the evidence I need.
I don't understand what evidence.
The evidence that the plot exists. You can talk to them. Find out what they're doing. You've got to stop this before it goes too far. You can talk to the boy, find out how long he intends to stay here. That might be very important. And then find out whatever you can about Megan and Philip Todd. Now, you know Barnabas Collins well.
Yes.
Well, if you see him do anything at all that seems strange to you, no matter how trivial, come to me and no one else. You do that?
Yes.
And no one must know. You see, we mustn't seem to be friends. See, if I seem to be cold to you, you must trust me. Will you do that?
Yes, I'll trust you. I don't understand any of this. It doesn't make any sense, but if you do want me to help you, then
You see, it's true. It is true.
Let go of me!
You were listening.
I was just looking for David.
No, you weren't. Admit it.
No, Mr. Stoddard,
You're not going to get away this time. You're going to tell me what we're doing in this house.
What do you think you're doing? It's all right, Alex. It'll be all right. Paul, this is unforgivable.
You'll find out. It'll be too late, but you'll find out.
Mr. Stoddard,
She will find out. You'll see.
Mr. Stoddard.
And you can go with them if you wish. You can help mollycoddle that monster.
No, Mr. Stoddard, I think you're very upset and you should calm down.
You don't believe me either.
No, I didn't say that. I think that you should tell me again what you want me to do. Well, Mr. Stoddard, if Alexander was listening at the door, and I know he was, then it's not going to do me any good to question him. Now, why don't you tell me again what you want me to do?
Yes, you're right. I cannot fly off the handle like this. I simply can't.
I'm sorry, Alex. Believe me, I wouldn't have had this happen for the world.
It's all right. All right.
What's the matter? Is he all right?
He will be.
You sure? You shouldn't have let anything happen to him.
I didn't know, David.
You found the photographs.
Yes.
Good.
Please don't be so upset, Mr. Stoddard. I'll try to do everything I can.
Who is it?
It's David. May I come in?
Yes, David.
I just wanted to show you something.
Yes, David. What do you want?
Well, if you two will excuse me, I was on my way to the kitchen to see about lunch for the boys. We'll talk later, Mr. Stoddard.
Yes. Oh, Maggie. Thanks. Well? Well, David, what do you want?
Thought you might like to see this. You weren't around then.
What is it?
Just some photographs of Carolyn when she was growing up.
Oh. Well, that's very thoughtful of you, David, I must say.
Aren't you going to look at any of them?
Oh, well, yes, of course I am.
That one must have been taken of Carolyn just about the time you left. Collinwood.
No. Oh, no, it isn't.
Aren't you going to look at any more?
What? Oh, well, yes, of course I am.
I don't know, Mrs. Stoddard. He just seemed terribly upset.
Yes, I don't know what to do. You didn't believe him, did you, Maggie?
Oh, of course not, Mrs. Stoddard, but I couldn't let him know that. He seemed to depend upon me so much. I don't know what I'm going to do.
Nothing. There's nothing to do.
Well, isn't anyone at home?
Father!
Ah, there you are. How are you, son?
Oh,
Well, who's this?
Father, this is Alexander.
Alexander? Well, I'm pleased to see you.
How do you do, sir?
Well, how has everything been? 2 days in Bangor is like being away forever. It always seems that way. Have you been keeping things ship-shape while I've been gone, David?
As well as I could, sir.
Well, I hope so. Oh, I brought you something.
You did?
Now guess what it is.
I don't know. What?
Well, you dragged me past that store last week to look at it.
A transistor radio!
I got the best one I could find.
Oh, this is neat.
You like it?
Look, Alexander.
Oh, not here, David. Please, take it up to your room. Is there any mail for me in the study?
Thanks so much, Father. This is the best one I've ever seen. You like it too, huh?
I want it.
What?
I'm going to keep it.
But Alexander!
You're going to give it to me, aren't you, David?
Yes, you can have it.
You're good, David. I'm glad they sent me you.
That wasn't like David. Not like David at all. I know how much he wanted that. Alex. Alex, there is something strange about you. Could Paul Stoddard be right? There's something very odd happening here.
Hello, Maggie.
Hello, Mr. Collins. Welcome back.
Why, thank you. Is Mrs. Stoddard at home?
Mm-hmm.
Maggie, this can't be all of the mail for me. What are you doing in this house? Maggie, if you'll excuse us, please.
Well, my dear Roger.
Please don't call me that.
How nice to see you.
It is not nice to see you. I don't know why you're back here.
I'm living here.
I don't believe it.
Well, your dear sister was kind enough to insist that I come back.
Yes, I did, Roger.
What?
Well, if I remember you too well, I know that you like to quarrel alone. So, have a pleasant battle. I'll be in my room, waiting to congratulate the winner. And if history repeats itself, I know who that winner will be.
Elizabeth, what is that
Now,
man doing in this
before
house?
you start, he's changed.
You are mad.
For example, that check you gave Carolyn, he tore it up.
That was for effect, I'm sure, because he knew somehow that you would take him back. Have you forgotten
I have
what
forgotten nothing.
Well, what will people say,
That
Elizabeth?
doesn't concern me.
But then what does?
Carolyn's happiness.
That's just your rationalization. He will make her just as unhappy as he made you.
He is a different man, Roger.
I don't believe it. And I don't think for one moment that you're foolish enough to believe it either. Since he's in this house, there's nothing I can do about it. But I'm going to find out the reason that he's come back, because I think it has nothing to do with anything you said this afternoon.
Who's here? Who's in this room? What are you doing here?
Hiding?
Why? Tell me why.
David and I are playing hide and seek. I better go find a new place to hide.
No, you don't. You're going to stay right here and answer a few questions.
Please, Mrs. Stoddard, he'll hear us. I want to win.
Well, then we will talk very quietly, won't we? Now, how long are you going to stay here?
Just for the day.
I mean in town.
I don't know.
Is Philip Todd really your uncle?
You're hurting me.
Alexander! Alexander, come. Alexander? Alexander.